Willkommen to meine Wohnung. So I've been living in Berlin for about 2 months now, and we have a very nice apartment in the center of Mitte, as you can see. And it's very dark and doom looking, but that's because it was in the DDR zone, this apartment, which means it was in the Russian zone. And a fun fact about this apartment is the whole thing is owned by one guy, and he lives in a castle somewhere. So I think that's pretty crazy in itself, but he owns the whole thing, so he can do what he wants with it. And what he wants to do is he wants to keep it to how it was in its dark and doomy looking setting and not painted and anything, so the Berliners can remember how it was back in DDR times. I suppose if you live in a castle, you can do crazy things like that. So anyway, let's have a look inside. So an interesting thing I find about a lot of apartments in Germany is they all have this like inner sanctum where there's like an area to store your bikes and like an inner interior for like the birds and the wildlife to come and visit. The German doors are really mechanical to open, so you have to twist it and then pull before it lets you in. So it's really interesting design. But anyway, welcome to our little apartment. So it's small, but I'd like to introduce you to Michael. So, hey Google, turn on all lights.
Okay, turning 4 lights on.
So we call that our little helper Michael, that's his name. Or her name. And this is our little apartment. So this is kind of like Gita's desk area for uni stuff, and that's my like office area. So we've reorganized things and like improved the technology of a few things, I feel, since we're here. So last time there was like a rack. When we first moved in, there was like a rack there, and now this is our bike location here. A few things have moved into the hallway, but this is my pretty much my little office area. So I work around here and do my things. And our little bedroom. So this used to be a kitchen essentially, but they decided we're going to remove the kitchen and put in a bedroom. So that does mean that we're in a share house essentially. So we share with one other lady, and you wouldn't know it. So pretty much I feel like this is a 1-bedroom apartment, except for the fact we share with someone. So this DDR apartment goes through here into these secure soundproof doors, essentially. This is our little shared kitchen. So there's not much to see, but we share this. So since we've moved in, we've sort of got things a bit more technologically advanced, I guess you'd call it. So we have all our lights automatic, and at certain times of the day they turn on and off, and different brightnesses at different levels, and they wake us up at like the bedroom light, for example. We have it on a timer that wakes us up early in the morning. Let's go have a look at the bathroom. Definitely a small bathroom, but I think it definitely has all the features we need. So toilet, shower, sink. It's for 2 people, it's big enough. As long as you don't expect such a big apartment, I guess, but I think it's fine. Really fine. Kind of like the style of this cabinet where we've got our stuff, but oh my goodness, I can hardly ever open this thing. That was like the easiest I've ever opened it. It's weird. Small bathrooms for a small apartment, that's for sure, but it's good enough for me. Welcome.
You are so slow.
What do you mean?
It's cold and I'm standing there, I'm turning the lights on because maybe he has his headphones on.
Welcome to the apartment, Gita.
Thanks. Did the lights go on?
They're already on.
That would have been so funny, like if you're filming and I turn it on and you're like, what the heck?
So I really like living in an Altbau building. Pretty much what this means is high ceilings, and the floorboards are very sort of wooden and wide. So those are the characteristics of an Altbau building. Also, it gets very cold in the winter, so I don't think that's such a big problem because Miss Geeta's sitting by the heater at the moment.
It's nice and warm here. It's just because the walls are thin and like the houses are not as well insulated as the new ones. But I like living here, and I really like this location. Like, it's so close to my uni. It takes me literally like 15 minutes there, so that's just great. And we have so much around here that we can do, and it's good.
Yes, it's really action central here. So we live in Mitte, which in German that means middle, so right in the center of Berlin. So really, our apartment, we're paying for the location. That's really what it comes down to. But I really like it. It's big enough for me. Big enough for you?
Yeah, it's nice and cozy. Our little home.
Anyway, I think that's about it. So stay tuned for some more adventures in the city of Berlin and who knows where else.
Let's go to the gym.
Oh, yes.